Okay, we harmonizing.
We are live. That's what we was doing. Are we live? Yo, what's going on, man? It's your boy DJ Ball in the Cut Live, man. We are back. We in the building, man. So tonight, man, we're gonna get right into it. What's going down? Man, come on now. Tell us your experience on the One Wish.
That didn't even sound that good.
How was that?
It was entertaining. It was good.
Okay.
Right? So you in the moment, everything. I don't know what's really going on in there.
Was they for real about to fight? Look like they about to fight on stage. You said Ray J?
He don't strike me as somebody that can.
Not at all. He look like he coached soccer. I don't know what it is about his. He's shaped like a Republican.
Nah, nigga. Nigga shaped like an independent.
Like an independent.
Hey, them little league coaches be getting to it on the sideline.
Oh God.
I saw a coach choke the referee, so.
Oh God. Hey Steven, welcome back in the cut, man. What's up?
Hey, it's good to be back.
Good to be back, brother.
On here.
You go to the everybody camera. Yeah, you go to the everybody camera. You should get. Do we get sound on that one?
Do we have sound?
That'll be big.
What you mean?
We leave it there.
Check.
Yeah, we could do it in the room.
Oh my God. What up, Joy?
I'm good.
What's up, baby?
Chilling.
We ain't been back here since what, Juneteenth?
Basically.
What happened at Juneteenth, man? You was out there with the squad,
You
though.
already know who I was out there with. I was with the Black Panther Party. You know how we rocking. We trying to get the numbers up. You know what I'm saying? We was out there preaching a good word to the people, man. Just basically let people know what we doing in San Diego. Cause a lot of people think the Black Panther Party died in the 60s, not knowing that we continue the fight for the younger generation. So we was out there, you know what I'm saying, showing that we know how to have a good time and also educating at the same time. So that's good.
I thought it was real dope, man. I ain't never been to the Juneteenth celebration, but when I went out there, I was just shocked. I was in awe of all the people of color that was just getting along, dancing, and it was a vibe, dog. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't never seen nothing like that in San Diego. So, hey, shout out to Southern Perspective, man. Tay in the building. Tay was out there. Had the whole squad out there, man. Everybody in their mom was out that thing. So anyway, from the R&B situation, dog, we had a lot of R&B singers that really couldn't sing, dog, and that just really disappointed me. I know.
Nah, Mario.
They trying to say Giveon can't sing now.
I think it was a technology issue.
Yeah.
Somebody, you got defensive over here.
Oh, me?
Who said that?
I said that.
I said you think it was a technical issue?
Yeah.
He can sing live. You know. Everybody done heard him sing live.
Okay, so y'all heard him sing live.
Yeah, really.
All right, because I don't know what Jeremiah was doing.
That's the only note he could hit.
That was terrible. And he came out with roses like he was that guy. But like, so who?
He should have brought 50 out.
Bye.
So as far as R&B songs, like, what are y'all some of y'all favorite like love songs, R&B songs? Bon.
One of my favorites is Love Ballad by LTD.
Oh yeah.
I thought she said old dirty bastard.
She said ODB.
I thought she said ODB. I was like, he do not sing that.
LTD.
I ain't never heard that.
What a difference.
Would that be your wedding song? What would be your wedding song?
That's what you wanted out of answer?
My wedding song?
Yeah.
I think it'll be Beyonce. If I
Halo.
die with you.
Die with you.
Yeah.
Nah, that's deep.
Okay.
Somebody gonna cry in that one.
I'm crying. I'm not worried about it. I'm crying for everybody.
Right.
Especially if they got asthma.
Oh yeah.
What?
Jason, you been married before. What was your wedding song, G?
My wedding song?
Yeah.
We didn't have a wedding song. We did the courthouse.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
If y'all would have had
Say players anthem,
By we was playing it in Vegas.
Nigga, you
I
was
think I got
going
this one.
in.
You got it?
Oh yeah, this that joint right here.
You know, on the beat. And I apologize if this message gets you down. Then I CC every girl, then I CC around town. Hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Witness all around me true, but I'm no island. Peninsula, mate. Make no sense, I know crazy. Give up all this pussy cat that's in my lap, no looking back, spaceships. Don't come equipped with rear view mirrors, they dip. The quickest they can, the atmosphere is now ripped. I'm so like a pill. I'm glad it's not frozen, I ain't from the sun. Will not burn me on my bum. When I shoot the moon, high jump the moon. Like a crazy out the room. I pop together too soon. Don't do it. Bring this up. Bring this up. Are you on the subject? Are you sure? Fuck it. You know we got your back.
Remember what I told you, keep your heart, 3 stacks, keep your heart, keep your heart, 3 stacks, keep your heart. These girls are smart, 3 stacks, these girls are smart. Play your part, play your part. My big shoes ain't never ever fuck without a girl.
I just want to say. I just want to say.
Talk that shit, man. Go ahead.
Oh, Joe.
That's your king.
You know I love you, and you really been there for me. No. You really been the most important person in my life since day one, and you just made me better overall, you know, spiritual, physical, and around. And it behooves me to lock in the rest of my life. And with that being said, Marissa, will you marry me?
Boy, they did it, man. We got a spill. Paper towel. All right. Paper towel.
She is cute.
Paper towel.
Where?
I'm trying to find something. Happy New Year. Who's in that? Oh, I know this one. Yeah. No, I know this guy. I got it. Play this. When you told me I want to play this. I think so too. Look, I think so too. Look, I'm saying this.
Oh, I'm out.
I think she had a clue. I don't think nobody knows.
All right, y'all still got a podcast, dude.
Y'all still want to do it? You still want to do it? It's up to you. It's your day, bro.
Where is this? Oh, here you go, man.
It's your day.
Fuck it, let me.
Ah, shit. Nah,
What's your song? The baddest one. The baddest one?
I knew it. I cried because I knew you were behind me.
Y'all was crying.
I'm trying not to,
we came right out. Last one. Where's that?
Here we go. I see you grab the camera.
We knew this was gonna happen.
This was good. Mount up. Are we still alive? Amen. You go.
This one's for the love.
Are you ready?
Yeah, cuz you straight.
No, I just feel my home.
Let's do it.
Alright, so
Okay.
That John Rick on that box.
hey, we back up, we back up. Let's go.
It was fake tears, cuz.
Alright, that was
It
not
was
fake.
high fake. We was crying. Bella, let me get started on you.
Alright, so check this out. We back live. Alright, let's do this. Hey, so check this out, man. Indica Live just had a beautiful moment in the studio,
Live
baby.
proposal.
Hey, our very own Joey proposed to his girlfriend, Marissa, man, and we just want to tell them congratulations on their proposal. Can we get an applause for the proposal? Can we get an applause for the proposal? Let me get an applause, let me get an applause, let me get an applause. And we are so proud of them, man, and we wish y'all a lifetime of happiness. And a lifetime of not arguing, you know what I'm saying? And just love and understanding. And just hanging in there, man. Y'all giving niggas hope.
There you go. Okay.
Y'all giving us hope.
Agape.
So for all the single people out there, there's still hope out here, man. You know what I'm saying? So we want to talk about this. So Joey had to leave. He had a huge party of people to go entertain. What we call a gaggle of people. So we just want to show him his love.
What is it?
A gaggle. So we want to talk about marriage today, man. We're going to hop right into it. So we want to talk about, I want to go around the room because I know some of the people in the room have been married. Some of the people want to be married. We want to talk about, if you're not married yet, is marriage an is like a goal for you? And if you've been married, would you marry again? Like, I want to know your experience as a married person. Rynell, you want to start?
God gonna bless you.
God gonna bless you, my brother. Rynell, welcome back to the Live.
That's y'all.
Who's that next to you? You got your brother with you?
Now.
Yeah.
That's the same thing.
He said that's the same nigga twice.
Right. Copy and paste.
So you've been married. Your marriage experience. Like, what advice would you give to the new couple?
Don't do it.
What you say?
Do not do it.
Don't do it. Why would you say that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't playing. Like, I ain't gonna say don't do it, but like, just make sure you prepare when you do it.
Yes, sir.
And make sure you secure yourself when you do it.
That's big.
You know, because a lot of things happen like within marriage, bro, where somebody expects you to fill a void that they can't fill within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And
Come on, son.
every time I finish running. And like, bro, like
Running what?
10, 15, 20 miles.
Oh, you running?
He a real runner.
Oh,
yeah.
real runner.
He said he
Real
fast.
runner.
Yeah, he real like a real runner.
He actually
Not
out
like
here.
a female runner.
First off,
Like,
I hate all three of y'all because I follow all three of y'all and y'all watch me do it. But this is what I do. This is
Yeah,
what I
what
do,
kind
bro.
of motherfucker get up and run 15
And you know it too.
hey,
You know it
a
too.
man with a lot on his mind, brother.
I don't. I pick up shit.
Like nobody else
Hey,
know it,
hey,
and it's fine. It's fine, bro. But what I'm saying is, bro, like that's my thing. Like, and I run with no music.
Okay.
And I run, and like at like 3 to 5 miles, bro, I get to what they call quote unquote a runner's high.
There you go.
And I forget I'm running. I forget I'm running, and at that point, that's when I'm tapping to myself.
No music, no
Connect with
workout, no
nature.
nothing.
But I don't take shit.
Pure rage.
Pure rage.
Pure rage.
And what's crazy is y'all think it's funny, but he's
No cap.
That's
I know
exactly
where
what
you're coming
It's
from, bro.
pushing you.
That's exactly what it is.
I
I
played
need y'all
football
to
for years,
understand
man.
that this
First off,
man got 15, 20 miles of rage in his body.
That's a lot of range. You might not want to say
What the
range.
hell
And I don't
did
even-
what
and I-
to you?
Yeah, and I don't even hold it within myself because he's seen me have rage, bro. So that's why I say like it's cool.
Man,
Right.
if you got that much rage, you need to just.
But yeah, though I'm a firefighter.
Okay.
You didn't ask that. I guess I just.
Now you good. Now that's what we do. Yeah.
apologize.
Now you sure.
Yeah, I just
Hey!
had to throw it out there.
You
But
got
to the question though, I've never been married.
Okay.
I've never really been close to marriage. I've been in a relationship that would are serious would lead to that, but I think being in the house that I was raised in, I kind of take marriage serious, and just understanding my upbringing and understand like kind of what Ronnell was saying. When you grow up in a marriage where people are married, you don't realize the what they call the developmental stages of life,
Facts.
which are like when you are a child and you see things, and those are the times where you learn like your subconscious like actions.
So how big of an influence do you think your upbringing has on you being a husband?
1,000%. Like not even like I've had to, how just growing up as a man, specifically a man, all the things we have to unlearn just off of societal construct.
I get that. Yeah.
So it's like. Seeing your dad and your mom interact with each other, like we don't even realize as kids, those are our role models. Whether they're right or wrong, we don't even realize that those are the actions that we are going to like play out when we grow and become adults. So it's like, whenever I grew, I didn't get into my first relationship until I was 22 years old. I was single until I was 22.
Hold on. I ain't nah, you got to tell that too.
Yeah.
Prolong that. And then what happened?
And then I was in a relationship for almost 10 years. But I didn't realize the type of man that I was to a woman until I was already almost a grown man. And then I started to play out what I saw in my household. So it's like, we don't realize that like everything that we see as a child growing up, we literally become. And then when dealing with women, like as men specifically, we take it like kind of personal, and we kind of find a way to like blame women for our own actions and not take accountability. In some cases,
A big word right there.
in some cases,
Accountability is the big word in
for
that.
sure. But in some cases, we don't take accountability for some of the things that like in the ways we respond, in the ways that we react into like it don't even have to be arguments. It could just be like the way we taking care of the household.
Small shit.
And the smallest things and like the things that they demand from us, and we don't realize that a lot of those things have to do with the way we grow up.
Facts.
And it's like it can kind of play into insecurities, insufficiencies, and all the things. And then like that also has to do with like the way we grieve or way we respond in like even loving our
How we
partner.
communicate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a big deal.
Yes,
Byron, what
sir.
about yourself? You been married before, no?
No, but very close.
Very close. Okay. Well, can you explain to us the feeling of like do you think it's a difference? Okay, like let me ask you this. I want to know what's this big distinction between like being a boyfriend or girlfriend or engaged and actually being married. What rules or regulations do you think actually change?
First things first, you're single until you're married.
Okay.
Period. So,
It's all cheating asses on. Okay.
I'm not condoning cheating, I'm not condoning stepping out,
God.
but none of that. But I feel like marriage, I mean, I grew up seeing my parents marry. I grew up seeing my mom divorce. I grew up seeing my mom remarry. So I've seen it. I was very close to marriage, and I just feel like boyfriend, girlfriend, okay, cool.
Okay.
You can be gone tomorrow. Whereas I'm married to you, thick and thin. We're going to have to figure it out. It's not, okay, we can't figure this out and you go step out. You know, so I just feel like that's a big distinction. Being boyfriend and girlfriend, you have the option. I mean, you have the option across the board, but like, you know what I'm saying? When you're boyfriend and girlfriend, you can easily be like, okay, I'm done. But whereas marriage,
I think that was my question for real, because like nowadays you see marriages getting treated like relationships.
yeah,
You know what I'm
because
saying? Divorce rate is stupid high.
people don't like to fight. People don't like to, you know what I'm saying? Certain things, certain dynamics change, and folk ready to, you know, pull the cord, and that's never should be the case, especially when it comes to marriage.
Facts.
Because situations change, that don't mean your love's supposed to change for that person. Back to agape. Like, we don't do no conditional love.
So had you been married to this young man, do you think your behavior would have changed, or the way you thought of him, or like what would have changed about yourself personally?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I don't
So you
think-
treated him like a husband.
Yeah, I treated him like we came home to each other every day.
Got it.
Had our little,
It was practice.
you know, our little back there or whatever. And it was just pop the question. I was just like, no.
You said
So-
no to a nigga that asked you.
So you said no. So if you say no, is the relationship over? Was it over at that point? Did he stay with you, or did he keep trying?
Yeah, he kept
He a
trying.
real nigga.
He kept trying.
Cause I would have been out the door. I'm dead ass.
You gotta let go.
You tell me no, I'm out the door.
Before you let go.
It ended.
Off my knee, and I'm not.
No, I mean, because I knew that the proposal was because of the situation that happened.
Oh, he was trying to force it on you.
Trying to fix
it.
He did
That's what I was gonna
something,
fix.
Okay.
thinking I was gonna fix it.
Now that makes more sense.
I'm like, no, we not doing that.
So was you even gonna stay after the whatever situation he was trying to fix? Like you was willing to fight through that?
I felt like we could come back from that.
Had the situation not occurred and he would have popped the question, would the answer have been different?
Yes.
Nice, what's up?
Yes.
I appreciate you being honest about that. Jason, what's your experience, my G? Let's go into it.
With what? Like, because you asked a lot of
What is
questions.
the question?
No, you asked a lot of
Okay.
multi-layered questions.
Okay, I don't know how much you want to spend on this.
Nah, well, I would say that. The point is, if it wasn't her, it wouldn't happen.
Okay.
So it's like I love my wife, but if it weren't Sashay Sherelle Bufford, I would be single right now.
Okay, government. Okay, government.
Talk your shit.
Buffer.
Sherelle, Neil.
I would be single right now. So to answer that question, like
Yeah.
if I could do it all over again, would I do it with her? Yes. Anybody else? No.
I be feeling like that though, like when you invest so much into a person. I've only had one person in my life that I felt that way about. Like I'd just rather be with her than deal with somebody new. Because sometimes I'd rather be with you. Like I just rather not go through all that shit I'm gonna have to go through with a new person that we already did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So I
what
see
you're
why
saying.
people stay sometimes and we
it's
call
like,
it stupid.
if
But
we don't
sometimes
work
it be
out-
like, I'm not doing that.
If we don't work out, man, you thought I was toxic before.
You really gonna be ain't shit, ain't you?
I hate to be you.
What's your situation? You wild niggas. I know you got a story. You ain't no nigga ever settled their knee in front of you?
Yeah. I mean, I've been close, but
She said
no.
the relationship is over.
So, question is marriage the goal?
Yes. Is marriage your goal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ultimately, I feel like I'm not a serial dater. I'm very content with being single. So if I'm going to give somebody my time, my effort, absolutely, we get married.
Absolutely that.
Absolutely.
It's like if a man doesn't marry you after so long, do you start feeling some kind of way about it?
It depends on where I feel like our relationship
How
is.
long? Yeah, how long?
When it's so long.
Hey, real quick though.
My bad. What's so long?
So that's why I was answering. So I was saying, it depends on where I feel like our relationship is. If I feel like we have good communication, we're on the right track, and it's been, to me, I feel like if you've been together with someone, now this is as an adult, I'm not talking about as a kid, because I've been with somebody since when I was 19 all the way to 29.
That's a big difference.
So it's different.
Yeah.
Now, as a grown woman, I'm not going to be with somebody for 10 years and still be like, oh, well, you know, we're on the right track, we'll be getting there. No. I feel like after 2-3 years, if you don't know, like if we're not already talking about it, I feel like you should know.
Nah, facts.
Because a man knows if I'm gonna marry this woman or not.
I don't think that's fair though.
Nah, I do.
I think that because we just watched the man that was with a woman.
I said 2-3 years.
Like I ain't gonna speak for Joey, but Joey ain't been with this girl that long, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Years.
He
just
knows.
knew.
How long is
But my
Not that long.
Over a little over
my
a
thing
year.
on that is we just talk about traumas.
Yeah.
We just talk about different things like that, and it's like some men are more like prone to like make that decision based off of different situations. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true
it's like,
as well.
So it's like and the main reason I say it's not fair is because you're gonna take a situation that you damn near feel like is good enough to be married in, where you might have never felt like that before, and then put a time limit on it, where you just dealt with a man for 10 years.
Yeah.
But the man that you feel comfortable with now, he has a deadline.
But this is what I'm saying. And that's why I said, I didn't say it was a deadline. Now, what I said was, ultimately, it depends. It is situational.
Right.
But, like I said, when I was in this 10-year relationship, I was 19.
Right.
So, at 19 and at 32,
Right.
I'm a different person.
totally.
So, at the end of the day, when I'm 19, that part,
The timeline changed.
I've changed.
But then,
So at 32, I'm not gonna stay with somebody for 10 years
No,
and
for
still be
sure.
like, that's
No.
it's fine,
I
we'll get
agree.
there. No, that's bullshit.
It kind of goes to
Honestly,
what I think y'all were
hell
talking
to
about
no.
last week with
Hell
the
to no.
conditions on love. It's kind of like you can't put a contingency plan
That's true.
on
You
these.
can.
But
That's correct.
you can put your own on it.
And you have your own boundaries. You have your own boundaries.
There is no right or wrong.
Right.
What's right is how the
Exactly.
I feel.
No,
right,
You feel me?
right.
Like if I feel like I said, if I'm with my girl, and like y'all always say, a man should know. It's men that they got down on their knees and got told no, and they thought they was sure.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Sure.
And they got told no too.
Right.
So that's happened. So I mean, there's situations in
That's
which
real,
you
bro.
have trauma growing up, and you learn certain ways.
Yes.
But when you're a grown man, okay, at some point you gotta know what's right and wrong. At some point you gotta know what. I think at some
Absolutely.
point, as a
You
grown
know.
man, so like me personally, I've never been married.
Right.
My father, who raised me, has never been married.
Okay.
Coincidentally, right? That don't mean I didn't try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have tried.
Right.
I'm just bad at picking. Like
Right.
I've taken accountability for all of that.
Understood,
And I'm being
yeah.
serious.
Understand,
Like
yeah.
I'm never one of them niggas like, yeah, my baby mom was crazy.
Right,
No,
right.
nigga, I could have did better.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
And when it came to her, I chose that.
Right.
I knew she was a liar.
Right.
I stayed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like all that kind of shit. We grown.
No, for sure.
At some point, you gotta take accountability for your choices. too.
1,000%.
You feel me? So like for me,
Choice of person.
yeah. So I'm like, I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah.
I feel like we shouldn't be forced to
Right.
feel a particular type of way.
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
in that same breath, I can tell you this. You have a personal choice. You have a personal preference.
1,000%.
You ain't gotta be for everybody. Everybody ain't gotta be for you.
For sure.
Two good people might not work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. For
So
sure.
you just gotta find what's for you. Miss Ashley, I'm glad you have joined the pair.
Hey, Cash.
Let's get. I want to get some marriage advice from the queen herself. Teach us a game. What advice would you have for these people that just got engaged? What advice would you give them?
First question, is marriage the goal? Was marriage the goal for you?
Marriage was the goal.
Bad.
I wanted to get married when I met my husband.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to be married, and I knew I wanted to be married to him.
That's what's
When
up.
I met him, I had never been in love before. I had been through a whole bunch of situations, but never been in love.
Right.
My first love, 15 years old. I just knew I didn't want nothing else, and still today I feel the same way. But what I would say, and what advice I would give them, is love unconditionally. Like when you put conditions on love, that's where people start growing apart.
We just had a conversation.
So I would just say love unconditionally, be understanding,
Girl.
you know, nurture,
Yeah.
be nurturing no matter what. You know, even if you're not a nurturer, because I'm not a nurturer, but I've learned to be a nurturer.
That's
You know,
big.
you have to learn to be the things that you aren't, to be the, you know, what they need.
Right.
That's
So you
big.
kind of have to, you know, bow down just a little bit, you know.
Amen.
So I would just say, you know, just If you love that person and you know you want to be with that person, try your best. You know, don't give up.
I agree with that, and I feel like that's what's wrong now.
Yeah.
Nobody
Absolutely.
has the humility
That's what
to
it
bow
is.
down. You know what I'm saying? I heard a woman talking about submitting to a man or whatever, and it sounded so nasty to people.
Taboo,
You know what I'm saying?
like,
Yeah.
So taboo.
But all she was saying was,
a pick me.
right, they considered that woman a pick me, but in reality,
Women no more.
to be a good mom, what do y'all consider?
Submissive.
Let me ask y'all a question. What do you consider a good mom? When you think of a good mom, right? You think of somebody who's there for somebody, for their child, somebody who spoils their child, somebody whose child is happy. They'll do anything to make their child happy. Why can't you do that for your spouse? You know what I'm saying? I believe in a happy spouse, happy house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ain't no happy wife, happy life shit. Because if I'm miserable, my kids gonna feel
That's
miserable.
right.
I'm just being honest.
That's
You know
right.
what? You
not
know
long
what's
talk.
true, because you know what? I like swear like we've been together for 15 years.
That's what's
now.
up.
You know, and I used to always say happy wife, happy. If I'm not happy, ain't nobody happy. I used to always tell him that.
Yeah.
And then I started realizing the older I got, I'm like, hold on, why can't we both be happy?
Why
Right.
not?
Oh.
Like,
Why
so me being happy determines everything.
Facts.
That's not cool.
And
it's
it's
not okay.
and men get called, oh, well, a real man would do this, or a real man would do that.
Yeah.
Calm down.
We have all of these.
We had an
societal
episode
constructs.
last week where
Yeah.
she literally sat up and told us that women and gay men determine how a real man operates.
How
But
a
they
real
will
man
to
operates.
society. Like
To
if you
society.
don't have any type of autonomy in yourself, then
Yeah.
they will control how you act. But if you are like we talking about a real man who takes pride in how you respond to like yourself and your own internal like actions, then they won't control it. But like you said, they do control for the most part. You can have like Twitter memes and like buzzwords and all of these like trending topics that will literally dictate a person's like character doctrine,
See,
like
I
how
disagree
they
with
act.
that because I'm on social media all the time.
Yeah.
Most of the shit I see goes in one ear and out the other.
Because you have autonomy.
Figuratively, because I'm not
Yeah.
actually hearing it, I'm reading it.
Right.
The point is, I disregard it.
Right.
So I seen
But back to his point. Like you
I seen
said.
something earlier talking about a real man. There's a video going around of a young man who brought his child McDonald's. We gonna get on it. We gonna get off of it because they beat it to death.
Yeah.
But I gotta know what my people
They
think. I couldn't wait to come here Thursday and talk to y'all about this shit here. So the man pulls up with the McDonald's. If you haven't seen the video, and this young lady who he has a child with, their child is the youngest child. Let me try to be of four. She
Of
has
four,
three
she's four.
other children. So he knew she had 3 children when they met. So she made a video. Everybody got their glasses on. I see y'all cover y'all face for this conversation. Let me do the same. So this young lady has made a video saying that she was explaining herself. She thought she ate and she didn't. And she was basically explaining herself saying that he knew I had 3 kids when he got with me. When he was with me, he would bring all of my kids food. Now we're broken up. And he think he can only bring. So she thinks he's doing it out of spite.
Context is
So
important.
context is important.
Context is
So
important.
she's thinking that he's doing it out of spite. But in reality, right?
He's only obligated.
He's only obligated.
Okay, well, we
But
need,
I feel like
we need
if he
opinions
did
on
before,
this.
then it might be out of spite.
Wait, pause.
But
Steven.
there's women saying he's not a real man because a real man would have brought all the kids. food.
Okay, Steven.
Your child is not.
What's your opinion?
Steven,
what's your
we gotta get
opinion?
you while you're here.
So I got an interesting perspective.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I see it. I think it's funny. Like I see all the videos. and
Yeah,
everything.
oh my God, the memes.
I think it's funny
Yeah.
right now. And I also don't think he's right or wrong because we don't really know the real context. We don't know why they split up, and we only heard her talk.
Context is important.
He's not wrong for just taking care of his son. Like he didn't split up with her, so he also split up with the stepkids. too.
I
So-
believe in that.
So it's like he really only got to take care of his son, really. But my dad, he took care of my sister and my brother, who had a different father.
Yeah,
But nobody ever knew. Like he was just a good nigga. He always
my dad was like
took
that.
care of everybody.
Yeah.
Right. So, but that was a different time. Maybe niggas now is like fuck it.
You don't know what she put that man through. You don't know what she put that man through.
But did the kids have to suffer because of that?
Yep, 100%.
What? Wow.
100%.
yeah, we gonna be
because they're
Listen,
not,
I wanna-
not my children.
No, so I get that. And I really want to touch on this because I've seen it and I've read comments and some people like, oh, he ain't shit, nigga. And then some people like, those are not his kids. He's not obligated to them. Now,
Literally.
no one is wrong.
Right.
I do feel like he could bring the other kids some food.
Why?
Because he was doing it before.
Because he was.
So the context, wait, let me finish. I don't feel like it's wrong to say, okay, now that we have broken up, now you just bring your son. Like, I do feel like to a degree, it could be deemed as spiteful because you've done it up until this point. Now that we've separated, just because we've separated, these kids know you, these kids love you. So you brought your kids something, and now your son is sitting here eating, and the rest of the kids have eaten. It's not his responsibility. On the other hand, it's not his responsibility at all. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't have to do it. And I don't think he's wrong for not doing it. I'm just saying that, to me, I feel like if I had a brother or something, say he was my brother, I would be like, just bring the kids some food. Like, just take all the kids some food. I would just say that because I'm that type of person.
My question.
If I was with someone before and I had a kid with them and I'm bringing whatever, I'm just the type of person that I'm going to bring all the kids because I'm not going to have one solo kid being singled out. I'm going to have all the kids. It's a happy meal.
My question to you, though, is why should he?
I didn't say he should or shouldn't. What I'm saying is if it was me or if he was my brother, I would just tell him just to bring it. He's not obligated to do anything. You said what?
He got a connection with these other kids.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So
does he though?
Well, they was
I don't
together.
know how long they was together.
Context is important again.
Oh,
He's trying to stop him though.
hey, sound like we got a caller. We got a caller. We got a caller.
We got a caller?
Caller, what's your name? Where you from? Talk to him in the cut live, baby. Can you hear the caller, Black?
Let me see. Go ahead.
Okay.
No.
Oh, she's talking.
Caller, you still with us?
She's talking.
Is that press 1?
Press 1. Oh yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, call back whenever you get some time. We'll get you together. I can't hear on the headset because I don't got them on no more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know how I feel about it, man. I don't feel like the man was right or wrong.
Well,
first of all, like you said.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was obligated, and I will say that with everything I got inside of my body. I feel like once you out of the game, you out of the game. What's up, caller? You still back with us?
It's just McDonald's.
Did you get 'em?
Too. It's not really like.
That's what I'm saying. It's a couple dollars.
Just McDonald's.
No, but still,
He's
he's not the problem though. I feel like he's the problem. She's
Why?
the problem. Because me as a woman,
She feels entitled.
if I break up with a man and I'm no longer with this man, I am not going to be expecting anything from this man for my other children.
Yeah. Well, no, she was wrong in the way her approach to him. Now, her approach to him in that video, I do feel like she was in the wrong. She shouldn't have, because she went off on him, basically.
Out of his, out of the kindness of his heart, if he wanted to do that, he could have.
Yeah.
But her expecting him to and being upset that he didn't, girl, you don't.
But my thing is, she had to have said, like, your son's hungry or something. Because he's not just gonna pop up like, oh, I'm came to feed my
She
kids.
said he bring him food every other day.
But I can say this though, as a father, my son shouldn't have to suffer because you had 3 other more kids. My son shouldn't have to have
exactly what he needs.
My son, if he want to feel special, then shit, he's special then. You know what I'm saying? He my son. You should have.
I don't disagree with that either.
You folks better niggas or whatever. Oh shit. Oh, you with us?
Who can afford McDonald's?
I'm here now. I had a earpiece.
There we go.
What up?
Man, what's your name? Where you from? Talk to him, man. Come live. What's happening?
I'm up in Hawaii right now.
What's up, man? This brother Boogie from Hawaii, man. What's up, man? What you got to say about the topic?
Man, first of all, let's touch on a couple things. This marriage thing, you better get married early.
Why do you say get married early?
Because he's not going to give me that chewed up kitty after 35 years.
Put that in the comments.
You better give that. You better go give it that. You better go. If I decide I want to devote my life to you at 22, you better say yes.
Say yes.
So why do you assume that the kitty is chewed up, sir? She could have
Let me
preserved
tell
it.
you why. Okay, look. Picture that shit.
Picture that shit. Okay, so that's your advice on marriage.
So think about it like you must have said, say 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
Then you go to college. You know she gonna wild out in college. Shoot up again. And then you maybe wait another 10, 12 years again.
He's very
Niggas be so broke.
No.
right. I need you to hear
So my question to you is, how old was she when you met her? Like, was she keeping you on the line since college? Or did you meet her at 35?
So for content,
If you meet her at 35, her shit she the white. The question you should ask is, why is she not married at 35?
Oh, what?
Excuse me?
What the hell
I'm
went
not
wrong?
35. I'm just saying.
so Kevin Samuels,
Trying to find out what
Kevin Samuels, how you so what's your situation?
35.
That's a young age.
35 is very young.
Right.
That's what we like to think.
How old are you, sir?
Yeah, how old are you? Go ahead,
How
Bella.
old are you?
Go ahead, Bella.
I'm 39. I'll be 40
Get
next
your
month.
black
Okay.
ass out of here.
And when you met your wife, how old was she?
She was 2 years younger than me.
And how old is
That's
that?
not what we asked.
I said how old, not the perspective to
I was
you.
22. I was 22 years old.
So she was 22 and you was you was 24.
20.
Okay, and y'all got married.
I was 22.
And are you still happily married?
You niggas couldn't even drink together.
Yes, ma'am. 18 years.
18
4
years.
years. Let's get it.
Is her kid?
He said let's get
Right. So is her kitty chewed up right now?
Huh?
Is her kitty chewed up?
Because I chewed it up.
Lord Jesus. Deliverance.
I'll give you that one.
Right. I'm a lamb.
Okay. Thank you for your marriage advice. Let's go. I gotta hear what you gotta say about this McDonald's, G. What's your thoughts on this McDonald's?
When you get fired from a job, they don't continue to pay your medical benefits. So why the hell would he be going for the rest of the other children?
Well, maybe he got a good
You lost those benefits. Yeah, when they were together, she had 3 kids. You like, okay, well, you can reap the benefits of this employment. Now, when I get fired, or you decide to quit, the benefits go away.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He ain't wrong.
He's not wrong.
I mean, she did say she was waiting on her stamps, though.
Here's my question.
On the 11th.
On the 11th. And then she changed the date if you ain't hear it clearly. She said, they don't come to the end.
No,
You know you done fucked up, don't you? You said you walked a beer at 11.
Hey, but y'all didn't think y'all didn't kind of think that shit might have been a little spiteful though.
It was, no,
It
she
was.
I'm talking. No, I'm not
For
talking
him.
about. No,
You mean
hold on.
him.
Watch this.
You mean him.
No, I'm talking about on his side
Absolutely.
because me personally,
Talk about it
if that
like-
was just my one kid,
Yeah.
I would have grabbed my one kid and took him out.
Exactly.
He would have went home food and the motherfucker said, "Hey, look, my daddy took me over here."
He offered to take the kid away from the other kid.
That's the problem.
He said yes.
Okay.
No, but he should have just grabbed the hook.
But that was his choice. She took the food and threw the food in the street. Did you watch the whole video?
I
Now
did.
that's spiteful.
No, but he
To
brought
take
the
my-
food to the house
But
and then offered
Don't
to
bring
him
that.
out
Don't
of
bring
the
that
house.
food to no
Right.
house, man. Them hungry ass kids.
How
Right.
am I supposed to know your kid's hungry?
You know they hungry. It's your kid hungry.
My son called me.
Oh my God.
Listen, can I keep it a bean?
Come on, man.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. If my son called me and said, "Daddy, I'm hungry,"
He's 4. He didn't call his father.
how you know that?
I mean, he
You
could
got a
have.
4-year-old?
No, you're right. No, you're right. They will. You're right. They will.
And if my baby call me, I'm running. I'm
right.
running with them fries.
That's
baby.
Now, here's the thing though. We
Yeah.
arguing about the train after it left the station.
Yeah.
First of all, why is this nigga laying down with birds, getting them pregnant? Second
That's
of all,
neither here nor there.
why is she making the father of the youngest child more responsible than the father of the three previous?
I would think that the oldest child father should be the leader of the baby.
We don't know if.
I feel like if she, because here's the thing, right?
He might
We
be
don't
a
know
bird,
when this
too.
video was. Based on the context, it was either well after or right before the 11th, when the stamps is real thin. Meaning, she's dependent on those stamps.
Yeah.
Meaning that she's got 4 kids in this house that she recently can't afford. She's got 4 kids. Well, regardless of how much she goes, she was tripping on them, and part of the tirade she went on was, I don't get my stamps to the 11th, meaning that she currently didn't have them at the moment.
Right.
So she was looking to him to feed those 4 children. Why the fuck, regardless of whatever relationship you had prior, are you holding this particular baby daddy more responsible than the others?
I agree with that though. What was you gonna say? Hey, Boogie, real quick. What was you gonna say?
Maybe she don't have.
Look, 4 niggas.
Let me talk
somewhere between 1 and 4 niggas nutted at her. All right, one of them brought him a Happy Meal. Where the hell are the other 3?
They was chicken nugget type niggas.
Nobody asked you.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead,
Let's get this out of the way first. First of all, the kitty is fire. Let's just get that out of the way. The kitty is fire.
Okay.
Hey, that was your point. That's it.
Secondly,
three times is the charm. So she fucked up 3 other times and got the 4th one. And then thirdly, he most likely is taking care of the rest of the kids because she probably got him on child support. So he is taking care of the rest of the kids because he's probably on child support.
I've been there.
Now, devil's advocate.
So he already taking care of
He's still fucking her.
Daddy told me, hey man, your check
You think
help
he's
it out.
I think he's still fucking her.
Nigga, listen to me.
What made you say that though? Her reaction or him bringing the food?
Because something she said in the video. Exactly. She said he come through and dabble.
He dabbles.
We all know what
She used a double word?
Yes, she did.
She be dabbling.
See, I asked the question, where are the other 3 baby daddies? They probably somewhere, maybe they paying child support, maybe they not. But this guy right here is still hitting that. And that's where the real issue lies.
That's the problem.
I'm gonna come through and get this pussy, but you
Yeah,
don't take
that
these
is
other
why she
kids.
expects
That's pussy put all 4 of these kids out, but you don't come through and pay for 1, but hitting the same pussy that birthed
No,
all
that's
4.
why she expects it.
Therein
But
lies the problem.
can I say this though? To throw the food in the street.
Now you done took food from your baby.
Now, why would you literally take food out? I don't care how many you
Now you
got.
gotta buy more of them something.
Now you gotta. First of all, why are you not cooking some hot dogs or something? Then? Why are they hungry? Why is my son hungry?
Why are they?
Because they're not gonna be hungry in my house.
That's the question.
That is true.
Because
Brian, what was you gonna say?
What she don't realize is she thinks she got him on tape being a bad man, whereas she really takes him being a good father.
Well, she thought she ate. Yeah, for sure.
what y'all fail to realize.
Hey man, appreciate the call.
Not about
Appreciate the call,
kids.
Boog, man. Stay with us, OG.
Y'all like, oh, why should she throw the food away? Now all 4 of the kids are hungry because it was never about the kids.
It wasn't. Now that's true. I agree with that.
To throw the food away did
Because I do feel like a lot of the times it don't be about the kids.
She was being spiteful.
It don't be about the
We
kids.
gonna make it work.
Right. You
Right.
get 2 of these nuggets.
Exactly. We would have took that food and would have divvied it up.
Cut them nuggets in half.
And we really stressed right, but it wasn't about the kids.
It was never about the
That's the point
kids.
right there.
And then she issued the update and started shuffling, talking about, well, you know, he was the father of the youngest.
Listen, it's all about accountability when it comes down to it.
Facts.
When you have responsibility, it's your job to take care of your responsibility. You're not obligated to do anything outside of that. Let's be clear about that. Now, you can be a good person. If the man had extra money and she was struggling, he could have been a nice guy. Like you said, Black, I agree. He could have did it out of spite. We don't know his heart. But for a father to pull up and feed his child because his child is hungry in your house, that's the problem.
Now,
Why is my son hungry?
here's where I disagree, right?
With what part? The child being hungry?
No. No.
In your house.
Jason.
Y'all got kids. If your son in my house, Ashley, you got a son.
Let's Stephen talk.
When Ashley come to my house, you ain't got to come bring him no food. Cause he in my house.
Right,
He gonna eat while he at my house. I raised my son by myself. And when he got friends over there, they parents ain't got to worry about if they kids eat in my house.
That's not the issue.
They in my house.
That's not the issue. The issue I have right here is you can't change the game in the 7th inning. I say that all the time. You can't change the game in the 7th inning.
Okay.
So if now he wants to come out and he was already feeding this kids, and now today or whatever day it started moving forward, he wants to stand on principle and not. You can't take offense to her expecting you to continue what you had already started.
But when you get fired from a job, you don't still get medical benefits.
but
That's what
let's
the man
say
just
He's
said.
not
But
wrong.
he's not fired from the job. He's
You
dabbling.
still dabbling.
He's dabbling.
You
So
still are a
basically,
part-time
now,
employee.
hear me out. Hear me
still are a
out.
part-time
Hear me
employee.
out. He's dabbling, so he didn't get fired. He's teleworking now.
Now he's teleworking.
How you know she ain't the one that's trying trying to get the devil.
Give me enough. That's between her and that nigga.
Well, I didn't even want to do it.
If another nigga is dabbling, that's between her and that nigga. But the
Steven,
conversation between her and this nigga is he is dabbling.
Okay.
And he was already paying that bill. So you can't continue to dabble, get the same benefit you got, but not hold up the end that
100%
your
can.
benefit was contingent on.
100%.
Steven,
Go ahead, Steve.
what's your point on this?
I just want to say, economically, he could have just bought a little Caesar's hot and ready for the same price.
Facts.
Paid all the kids.
Facts.
That's how you pay movers.
Facts. That's it.
For the same money he spent on that
That's it.
Happy Meal, he could have bought a fucking hot and ready, fed all the kids.
That's all
But
I'm
I'm gonna ask you
saying.
this though.
That's all I'm
How
saying.
Is he being petty or is she being
We don't know the dynamics of the pettiness.
Maybe both.
He probably didn't know the kids was even home. Long as far as he know, they could have been with their daddy. That
But it don't matter.
It don't
It don't
matter.
matter. The kids,
You supposed to bring
if
4
he eat in front of the kids,
invisible meals.
Exactly.
Nah,
It don't matter if they was home or not. If 2 of them was home,
really threw the
you
20
can't put
piece
them
out
down. They
there.
gonna want
Everybody.
some. Period. They are. So if one of his siblings was there, they gonna want some.
I just feel like
fries?
I feel like my child shouldn't have to suffer or have less than or even pretend to have less than because you didn't had other kids. That don't got nothing to do with me and mine. I can't be a good father.
But it does if you accepted those kids.
I'm gonna take my son on a ride. We're gonna go to the park.
See, look, check this out, right?
But that's fine though.
He asked that. He said, "Well, tell him to come
But
down."
he already had brought the food.
But
That
yeah.
was the point. Now if he would have went, hey, I'm coming to pick up Lil Sammy. All right, cool. Me and Lil Sammy,
It wasn't me.
like Black said, me and Sammy finna go eat real good. He
Facts.
gonna go home full.
Facts.
But he didn't do that. He went and got the
He
food,
offered-
brought it to the house, and then said, well, if you don't want me to bring it in, have him
Have him
come
come down.
outside.
Yeah, that's
no,
what I said.
it's too late now. You done pissed her
So you
off.
done threw this in the
because you
street?
dabbling.
So you done threw this in the street?
Nah,
Now, I'm not doing that. That's immature. He's immature.
on some other shit, like you gotta really understand, like, bro, just get the kid and take him away.
Right.
You don't fucking bring no, like that's like
You
bringing
at
a
the door.
toy.
He
That's like
offered to do
doing.
that.
That's like if you
That's
have
after
kids.
the fact.
That's like bringing one kid a toy,
It's after
and everybody else is looking like, ooh.
the other kids didn't see the
You
McDonald's.
don't know that.
But they was
But
in the window.
no, but
They like him.
she's sitting there like, but like, nigga, what you want me to bring this in there to the kid? Like, that's why she was upset.
But here's my thing.
Yeah.
You knew she had 3 kids.
They had a mom.
But you put a 4th one in her, right?
They got
So why the fuck are you taking it back? Now you knew what the situation was. Nobody told you to nut in this chick that got 3 kids already.
Well, we've already
You did that, and now you're living the life that comes with that.
Well, yeah, that's his thing. Which comment you want to see? Kavina, what's up, Kavina? She should have just asked for she should have asked for the $40 for the pussy.
He should have gave her the $40. He should have gave her the $40, beat it down, and went on about his business. But he didn't. He tried to get it for free.
Did she ask for the $40?
Anybody with a little bit of common sense knows there's nothing more expensive than something that's given free of charge. She gave you the pussy, you nutted in it, you had a kid from it, now look what it's costing you.
Damn. Well, just tell us how you really feel. Hey, Robert.
Yes, sir.
You got all the kids from McDonald's?
You said what?
You taking all the kids to Chuck E. Cheese?
Yes.
I hate
You got the kids, E?
I have a child, yeah.
Okay, and now if you're the mother of your child, particularly, had other children,
Yes, sir.
are you the type of guy that just you bring all the kids?
I'm the type of guy I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
But I wouldn't wrong anybody who didn't.
I get that.
If it's her other baby daddy and her baby daddy didn't bring my child no food, I'm gonna keep it P. Like, you feel me? Like, that's not your.
You getting played. That's what I'm telling you. Like, if it's other baby daddies and they not doing that shit, I'm getting played, bro. You the sucker. You the sucker baby daddy. And that's why she expects that.
Especially if I'm the only one doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Now I'm just doing their job for them.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not doing
Ain't nobody seeing that part of it.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna be no
But
bitch.
you can't. First of all, you can't do.
Sorry.
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them guys.
No, but you can't do stuff out of
Spite.
exactly,
Yeah,
and not even
yeah, I
just
get
out of
that, I
spite.
get that,
Not just out of spite. If I'm gonna do it, I'm just do it. You can't be like, oh, well, I'm the sucker baby daddy because
Nah,
I'm
but
bringing
the thing about it is-
chicken nuggets.
and this is
What?
what I was
No,
gonna say.
that's
I
dumb.
think-
That's dumb. No, that's immature. No, that's immature. Deadass. If you make a decision,
I'm not about to play.
All right,
it
look.
don't have nothing to do with. No. Let me finish.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me finish. If because you're a grown adult. You knew she had with other children. You knew she had other children before, like he said, before you put one in her. Now, if you make a decision to bring the food, you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm a sucker or I'm getting played. No, I made this. This is the decision that I made,
Well, on my
and
end,
that's it.
on my
And
end,
stand on it. That's it.
On my end, this is the only child that my baby mama has, so it's completely different.
Well, yeah. I'm not just
That's what I'm talking
talking
about.
about you. Yeah.
But also, this is also what I wanted to say at the beginning. I think that we live in a very self-righteous society, to where like we don't even give people the idea to make a decision that's contrary to what other people think.
That's what's
so
up.
it's like when other people think, well, this is the right thing to do, but that's
the right thing to do. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then when somebody does something that doesn't sound like the altruistic or charitable thing to do, then it's automatically wrong, and it's that's not always the case.
Yeah.
It doesn't always make it wrong because you think like it's the charitable, because what your values might be in a different place, and people have different standards of their values. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think that a lot of these things, when it comes down to this conversation, it comes from a very self-righteous standpoint. Because you aren't to say what's right or wrong to that person, or even the values that they obtain. So I don't know, like, you know,
that's what I'm saying. Like, content is very important. That's what, and I agree with that 100%.
A box of
Kavita
condoms is like $8.
Kavita said, "Geez, not for coochie. I meant for food. Damn, Jason, get on my nerves." 81 times he said. And it makes the mom look bad in the eyes of the other kids. Nobody wants the mom to look bad. She had 3 kids.
By 3 other
alleged deadbeats. Yeah, she said that in the video. And Kavina also said at the end of this, she said the end of this dumb story is why can't she feed all her kids?
All right,
women are better than that.
Look, a box of condoms is about $8, right?
Jesus Christ.
Plan B pills about 100 because the price just went up over the past week.
Yeah.
And abortion is between 5 and 500 and 1,000 depending on where you go, right?
Yeah.
How much does a lifetime of Happy Meals times 4 cost?
But that's not our choice. Speaking of that, Roe versus Wade, bro. Let's talk about it while you already on it. So Roe versus Wade got reversed, and it's actually really sad news, bro. So even as a man, dog, like I'm gonna tell you the truth, I'm gonna keep my hands clean on this one. I don't feel like I have a right to really say what's what. I'm sorry for whoever is affected by this and everything like that. I don't have nothing to say about it, man. I'm really disappointed in our system, and I think they let us down on this one. But I'm out of that.
Why do you
I'm not
think
gonna.
it's sad news?
Because honestly, I feel like I don't know how it feels to have a child inside of me. You feel me? But I've seen situations in which a woman may have been assaulted. I'm gonna try to keep the words light. But you know what I'm saying? Situation where a woman has been assaulted or something like that, and she didn't want that particular life to grow inside of her. And I feel like as that woman, she has the right to make that decision before it gets too late.
Absolutely.
But the conversation really comes to where, like, if you want to talk about life, when is life actually life? You know what I'm saying? And that's the part I don't think people really pay attention to, because to take a life is to take a life. Who's to determine when a life actually becomes a life form? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm out of it. Jason, I know you wanted to hit on it. I ain't got shit to say. Go ahead.
I'm wholly against the overturning of Roe v. Wade.
Okay.
And it's not even from a pro or anti-abortion standpoint, because personally I'm pro-choice, but pro-choice means exactly that.
Yeah.
Pro-choice. It's not necessarily pro-abortion or anti-abortion, but
it's
pro-choice. Now what I'm
it.
against is the legislation of another person's body, because we all know where that leads if you're black. Right? So it's a slippery slope, because if they're going to overturn that, then what else?
Right.
Because they'll overturn Roe vs. Wade, but they never overturn Plessy v. Ferguson.
Yeah.
So it shows you where we're at as a country.
Right.
But it's a slippery slope, because how long before they go for Brown versus the Board of Education? How long before they go for Loving versus Virginia? You know what I'm saying? So, and if you don't know, Loving versus Virginia is interracial dating. Brown versus Board of Education is integrated schools. So it's a slippery slope, because if they can come for one, they can come for all. And we all need to be on alert, because regardless of your feelings towards the politics behind Roe v. Wade, it definitely sets a precedent.
That's my point.
Regardless of if you're affected by that issue, it'll eventually come around to an issue that does affect you.
I get
I think another reason to not cut.
Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead. No, you're right.
To another reason that it is a slippery slope is if you talk to like people who are like black, like the
I know what you're talking about. I know where you're going. Yeah.
They would even be approved of the integration of black and white schools. They would say we should have kept this shit to ourselves from jump because the integration is kind of what fucked us up from the beginning. That's one reason that it's a slippery slope. Another reason that it's a slippery slope is because a lot of the speculation on the rule is because they're saying that white people are becoming the minority.
Yeah.
So that is why they
That is exactly why.
laws, because now if nobody can abort their baby, then that means, you know, it's already more white people anyway. So it's going to end up being more white people, and they don't want to become the minority. So that automatically, you know, depletes.
We know, we kind of know the background.
Who do you think is going to be affected by that?
If you know the Planned Parenthood, all that shit,
right.
You know a lot of
Be
that.
honest, do you honestly think that they are going to aggressively prosecute white men and white women?
No.
So
Absolutely
then,
not.
if they're criminalizing it, who is that going to affect?
Of course, after
That's what we're talking about.
For sure.
All right then. So even if it was about white women getting abortions, they're going to continue to get abortions with impunity, and there's only going to be a certain demographic that's affected by this legislation.
What's the dude, the Black Panther? the one who died and who got shot up in his crib.
You talking about Fred Hampton?
Fred Hampton. He would talk about how the fight was against people in poverty anyway. There's probably more poor white people than there is because they're already the majority.
Facts.
So those aren't the people who are going to be able to go get abortions because they're fucking poor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the rich people who will be able to go pay for those things. So the white people in poverty are going to have these children. Yeah,
that's what I've heard a story before about
we're already having these children.
Yeah,
So,
but statistics show that
they were still able to go
those white women
that's
were getting abortions.
Right. Exactly.
Majority of black women are bringing their pregnancy to term.
Yeah, and
majority of white
Hispanic
are
women.
not.
Hispanic women are very, very high rate to bring their pregnancy to term.
You said higher. You said Hispanic women.
Yes, because
now you know what's interesting about that?
Yeah.
Is Hispanic, Italian, Irish are predominantly Catholic.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You know, Catholics are notoriously anti-contraceptive of any kind.
I would love
That's
to
why you
hear
see Italian, Irish, Mexicans, with 10 brothers, 10 sisters, all that kind of shit.
I can say I'm pro-life. I am pro-life. You know why? Because besides politics, you guys are all talking about politics. You guys are getting into the political side of abortion. I'm for the moral side.
Oh yeah, I'm from the life side of it.
Yeah, so I'm pro-life because so many young women go and get abortions not fully knowing what they're doing. Not fully knowing. Uneducated women, young, okay? And I fight for those women because they don't fully know exactly what they're doing to their bodies or to their child. Then they grow older and then they realize they've killed their child, you know? Because it's really murder. If I cannot walk down the street and shoot somebody in the head and kill them, why should I be able to go into a clinic and kill an innocent child?
See, that was my question to you, and that's why I'm from with you. I'm on the moral side of it,
okay.
but I don't know. Like I said, I have never had a life inside of me.
Rape and a woman dying from her fetus.
Yes,
that should be. It should be okay.
But it's
for
the
that.
same thing. Then
But
it's
it's
still
not.
a life though at that point.
It's a
But
life,
it's
but
your
it's
life.
killing her. It's killing her.
Yeah, I know what she's saying.
What I'm saying is
So somebody has to choose.
Yeah.
But that's still.
It's up to her to choose.
But it's
up
still
to
a
her. I'm
choice.
gonna die for this baby, or this baby is gonna live for me.
Exactly.
So it's her choice, right?
But it's still a choice.
It's still a choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So you can't make parameters and say, okay, now you can choose, but you can. You can't do that. It's either you choose or you because you can't.
Because it's killing somebody, or I laid up. And I slept with a married man and he got me pregnant. Now I get to go and.
I'm not saying that people aren't abusing abortions. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But what I am saying, wait a minute. What I am saying is that you should still be able to choose. Going back to the point that if you're not able to choose, this is just one choice that they're taking away. Okay, this is just one choice, and that was my point. My point to this situation is not even that much about abortions. When we spoke, we briefly had a conversation about it. And for myself, like I said, I'm pro-life. I am going, if I get pregnant, then that's just what it is. But I do feel like people should choose.
So
it's your choice.
So you can be pro-life and pro-choice.
I am. I'm pro-life for myself.
It sounds like you both are.
I'm gonna say this. I don't care about the politics of it.
Right.
I just care about God gave me life, and He gave it inside of me, and who am I to take it away?
And I feel like it's valid. And I feel like it's valid. And I feel like you should be able to decide that for yourself. But you still chose to be pro-life. You get what I'm saying? You still chose to be pro-life.
And that's
still your choice.
That's what Jason was saying. He's not pro-abortion. He's just pro-choice.
I have a
Like you
question for
should
Ashley
make that
though.
choice.
So let's take it away from you, right? It's not a life growing inside of you. It's a life growing inside of another person. And this scenario you gave, the married man and his woman that he got pregnant, right? What becomes of this child that neither parent wanted once it's born?
Facts. That's what it's
Because
not
if he didn't abort it, then now it's born and it's gotta live.
That's why society is so fucked up. It's
But
so
no, it is because we're having. You just removed the. So what this stipulation
I was
did.
supposed to be aborted.
I understand that, but we're taking it away from you. That's why I didn't want to personalize
But I
it.
would choose to be here.
I would choose to be here.
I wouldn't choose to not be here because they decided to fuck and have me.
But you still chose.
No, but
you had a choice.
My question
I'm
is.
saying if she had a choice, she would
My
choose to
grandma
be
actually
here.
put my mom in a sober living home and made her stay there so that she didn't do crack while she was pregnant with me. She left at 7 months pregnant and was out in the streets doing crack until she had me. So, no, I was supposed to be aborted, is what I'm saying. My mom wasn't supposed to have me.
My question is because you're personalizing. I intentionally wanted to take it away from you, so you look at it objectively. So it's not your own story. This is not me asking you about your life.
But you're
I'm saying you've got a
something
married
that
man, right? So he's not going to take this baby home. He can't.
I'm still pro-life.
You've got. I'm not asking if you're pro-life or
Still give
pro-choice.
that
Let me
baby a
finish the
chance.
question.
That baby could grow up to be the president. The next president.
And under what
Change the
conditions?
world.
Neither parent wants them, so it's either going to be a ward of the state or a foster
I was
child.
born of the state. Look at me
And
now.
how was it?
Like, who are you to say that this person's not going to be nothing?
How much
just
trauma
because
do
their
you
parents don't
carry?
want them?
How
That's
much
what I'm
trauma do
saying.
you carry from that, though?
The power of God. Nobody will ever have to, literally, nobody, my mama, my daddy, nobody doesn't have to want me, but the power of God. Somebody will take you. God will take care of you.
So now
That's
you're
all that
imposing your
matters.
morals
That's all
on
that
an
matters.
entire society because
I'm
the United
basing-
States of
I'm
America is
basing
not
everything off of
entirely
God. I'm a
Christian.
true believer, so
We
I'm
have
basing everything
atheists
off
in
of
this
God.
country, so now does your God apply to them?
What do you mean? Say
We
that
have atheists in this country, and you're making your morals, right? You're applying your morals to an entire situation. You just said the power of God. Now you're talking about someone who doesn't believe in God wants to have an abortion. This child is born of that abortion and ends up a ward of the state. Is
Just because
that
the
a
person's
filter
atheist
that you
doesn't
would
mean
wish
that
on
God
that
doesn't control
child?
of their house.
I didn't say it didn't exist. That's not what
No,
I'm
but
getting
saying,
at.
just because
I'm
a person
saying
is
that
an
is that
atheist
a
doesn't
life
mean
that
God
you would
doesn't
wish
control
on
their
another
life.
person?
I think it all comes back to the beginning. And in the beginning, like I said, it's all about when you feel like life is fun. Now they have the morning after pill, for example. And some people are, I don't know if y'all seen this, but they're buying all the morning after pills. Because a lot of people, again, if you take the politics out of it, if you take the morale out of it, you just take, and you look at it from a logical standpoint, which I'm trying to do, it's all about when you consider when life is formed. You know what I'm saying? So some people are saying the morning after pill is an abortion pill. Meaning that you're taking the pill after the sperm has entered the egg and after conception. You know what I'm saying? So in that particular situation, it is actually an abortion pill. But if you're looking at it like I'm just trying to prevent myself from even getting, you know what I'm saying? So again, that pill itself could be removed just simply by this law because again, it comes down to the logic of it. When is life? Because even though abortion has been legal for a long time, there's a stipulation on it. You can't get an abortion after so long. Why? Because at that point they determined it was life, right? What is it? How many weeks? 12 weeks? Something like that?
It's 13.
13 weeks?
No, it's
So-
actually way more than
So my
It's
question
16.
is, who determined that's when life started?
Guess what, y'all?
You get what I'm saying?
At
That's what it comes down
the baby
to.
has a heartbeat.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Okay.
So when it has a heartbeat.
So when it has a heartbeat, that's when it's live.
No, but you can get an abortion up to 16 weeks. So
And they don't have a heartbeat yet.
They have one at 8. At 8.
And that's fine with somebody who's
why
like-
that's the reference for. I understand why it's a reference for life.
Yes.
But I don't understand why it's a reference or like the indicator for the abortion.
Because that's when it's murder.
I understand
You know what I
that,
mean?
but like,
No,
but
no,
everybody,
no.
everybody like
I think you're confused.
but heartbeat is like so automatically because this baby has a heartbeat. That means it's gonna be like
It's alive.
a functioning individual.
Absolutely not.
Exactly.
But it's alive.
But so then it becomes a moral decision. Then.
Yes.
It does.
Yes.
So like that, it all comes back to a decision.
The moral
does.
I
morality.
feel like you can't legislate morality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
can't
I'm saying.
legislate morality.
Exactly.
Right.
I'm
You're
just
correct.
pro-life.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
correct.
pro-choice.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a law favoring one, you're going to slight the other.
Absolutely.
Pro-choice is the utilitarian outcome because if you don't want one,
From abortion.
don't
or
get
life.
one.
Yeah.
exactly.
If
Vaughn, how
you
you-
do,
Vaughn, how
then
you
you
feel
have the
about
option to.
Are you pro?
I feel like I'm teeter-tottering.
Yeah.
I get
I
it.
feel like everyone should have the choice.
Yeah.
Right? Because not only does it affect abortions, it affects people with IVF and situations like that. And then, like, with the whole abortion thing, like, yes, baby has a heartbeat at 8 weeks and you can abort up to 16. And the reason they put those standards into play is because after a certain period of time, it can cause damage and, stuff to a woman's body. So I just feel like, nope, these people can't even work at a damn grocery store. So why can they sit here and make the politics out of it? Why should they be able to sit here and make decisions on what a woman can and cannot do with her body?
Right.
That's a valid point.
I agree.
So, and I feel like the whole situation, how are these white people going to now explain when they have these biracial babies? As Bella said earlier, the statistics show that white women are the majority getting abortions.
I've seen.
And they dabble in our
They dabble.
brothers.
They do.
So
Yeah.
they don't want, no, Sarah, you are not bringing about, because they're not going to explain that. Now they're going to,
I've seen a story from this nurse who worked in one of the abortion clinics.
yeah.
And they said that they accidentally came to work. Like, for some reason, they went out partying and they went to the job hours early to sleep in the parking lot. They were just gonna go straight to work. I don't know if y'all ever did that, but I have, right?
Okay.
So this nurse particularly went at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was all these nice fancy cars parked outside her job, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And it was the doctor giving abortions to privileged,
friends.
privileged girls who had gotten pregnant.
Right.
They had set a date for them
Right.
to come and do it all at once, and he got them all out before the place even opened up.
Wow.
So that's what a lot of people are saying as far as like that goes on. That actually happens. And that's why people are saying like,
Yeah, let's
that's
go
why
back
they
up.
that's why they made it a law.
This
Because like you said,
isn't the first time this issue's been on the table. It is the first time
Yeah.
it went through.
Get to it.
But if y'all remember, there was a representative from Missouri by the name of Todd Aiken, and he was famous for saying that in the case of legitimate R word, right? Meaning that any questionable case of an attack wasn't recognized. So even though people's argument is, what if you're attacked and you have this baby or whatever,
Facts.
they're not recognizing that. So even if that is your situation, it's still, debatable under this law. So there really is no protection for, victims.
Yeah.
And now, even if you're not attacked, but let's say you live in a state that has outlawed this, because what this reversal did was it gave the rights back to the state. So a state like California, is actually increasing their protections, but say for Texas, they're doing away with it altogether.
You already know where it's gonna be.
Now let's say you live in one of these states,
Yeah.
and you have a miscarriage. Do you now have to stand trial to prove that it was in fact a miscarriage and not self-induced?
I can see
or not,
I
or
can see how
whatever?
that can someday be an issue, but I don't see it happening.
You
anytime
see how
soon.
slippery the
It's
slope
a
is
slippery
going to
slope.
become.
I get what you're saying.
The slope is so slippery.
And I've seen where they said they will prosecute women who cross borders.
Because regardless of
We gotta
your
come
opinion
up
of it, pregnancy is not a binary issue.
Right.
Regardless of if you keep it to term or you don't, no two pregnancies are alike. Just like any woman will tell you her cycle, no two women's cycles are alike.
It's
So
a lot.
you can't create this umbrella legislature that's going to encompass every conceivable situation.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is a lot to unpack, but
Bella, we
they
got some
somehow
comments. You
managed to
wanna read these
unpack it in a sentence, and it's impossible to do so.
Very much so.
It is absolutely. So let's read this comment real quick. It's from is that
AE1.
AE1 Thompson. It says child support. The state receives 66% of every dollar paid in child support from the federal government. So if the state can force you to have the baby, only two things will happen. You get married or put him on child support. If you're a single mom, you more than likely qualify for EBT, which the state receives $1 for $1 kickback from the feds. So they about their money, pro-choice. So basically he's saying this legislature was passed about
money.
When and the root
all
of
that
it
goes
is
back
money.
to the money.
I feel like I feel this because I also feel like that it's a tactic.
Yeah.
The government needs money.
That's fair.
People not buying, people not getting on birth control. They need to get the money back somehow.
Yeah.
It's a Christian foundation.
Yeah, it's not at all. Kavina, shout out to Kavina, man, wherever you at watching, we appreciate you. She said, would you choose to be here if you were not in a good life stance? Meaning, okay, so everybody here was born, clearly we're here. If you could choose whether or not you wanted to be here and knowing you were going to be raised in poverty, would you have still made that choice to be
Like be alive?
Yeah.
Send me to Mars, cuz.
You wouldn't want to grow up
the human
so
experience, so I would,
and I think that's the point she was making. Yeah, even if you grow up fucked up, you still experience it. You know what I'm saying? Some people come out on top from that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That Pixar movie on Disney Plus.
Soul.
Exactly.
But you had that one soul that was like, nah, I'm good.
Exactly.
She was like 10,000 years old or something, but she just
But it's like
yeah.
But it also goes back to how much we take for granted in this human experience. It's like
facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's like this is the life that we live. In the grand scheme of things, it's not bad.
It ain't no life that's better than yours.
But you basing off the one that you had.
But see, now here's the
I'm
thing,
basing
right?
off life in general.
She's asking you about this question. She's trying to get an emotional response. Like, oh, if it were you, would you choose to be here? Now, let's reverse that question. If you're talking about somebody else, would you damn them?
Wait. One person on the mic, y'all.
She's trying to make it an emotional response, saying if it was you, would you choose to be here, expecting the answer to be yes. Now, let me reverse it. If it were another person, would you damn them to a life of poverty?
No. Not if you have the choice, but a child doesn't have that choice, and I think that's
But
what's
an
wrong.
adult does.
Hey, if you watch it,
you
you got any questions for us, man, y'all can call us up 619-452-0448, or you can ask in the comments right now. We will answer any of your queries. Anybody want to say anything, y'all can go ahead and hit that up. Ron, you quiet. You look like you got something on your mind.
I'm
Nothing?
just listening to the
Taking it in.
conversation.
Ashley, what's going on over there? You got something to say about this? It looked like you wanted to hop in here in a minute ago.
What about the question?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would probably say, like, if you would never know that you were here, like, if you never had, if you don't know and never had the experience of life, and you don't know anything about life, and you would just choose not to exist, I don't know.
Sometimes you don't know. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Because we don't know what's out there. Like you said, nigga, I could have been born on another planet or something. Shit probably fire sales. If you believe in that kind of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Me and Bella had a conversation before the show, right?
I will say I love life.
Yes,
Like, I love
I
life,
agree.
but it's a lot of things that I could do without. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of experiences, a lot of feelings that I've had. Shit, depression is real.
Earth is ghetto.
Facts.
Earth is ghetto.
Conversation before the show, right?
Earth is ghetto.
So me and Bella had a conversation before the show, right?
Okay.
And part of it was that energy can be created or destroyed, right? It can be proven that humans are energy of some sort, whether it's electrical energy, spiritual energy, or what have you. So just because you weren't born doesn't mean that you don't exist.
Facts.
Because in order for you to exist, your energy had to exist in order to be transferred into your body.
But that's what I
And
mean.
it'll be transferred
You could
elsewhere
have been
after
somewhere else and don't know it.
So the answer to the question that just went around the room is, would you rather not exist? Is you already exist. So if you weren't born into this particular conduit, doesn't mean that you wouldn't exist elsewhere.
Somewhere else. Yeah, that's true. Brother Jason. Elizabeth said, from what I've read, this overturning was just to state that abortion is not a constitutional right. If you read, we are still covered by the 14th Amendment. A1 also said, you can't go by...
Elizabeth,
just guarantees you
you
citizenship.
are
What the fuck you talking
incorrect. That's incorrect, baby.
They calling it out. A1 also said, if you can't go by the biological standard of a heartbeat, because some people have pacemakers. What? Some people have pacemakers where the mechanical device pumps their heart.
That's not how
they
it is.
have no heartbeat, so would it be okay? Would it be okay to end them? Just a thought. So with that being said, if your loved one is on a pacemaker and a pacemaker is keeping them alive, you actually have the choice.
No, that's not how a pacemaker works.
You have the choice.
One doesn't have anything to do
No,
with
to answer your question, yes, you can
to
take
answer
their
his question, because a pacemaker is not an artificial heart. A pacemaker delivers an electric charge to your heart.
But it's keeping you alive.
The same as a defibrillator.
Okay.
So, somebody's passed out, their heart stops beating, you defibrillate them to get their heart beating. A pacemaker is an internal defibrillator.
So,
to answer your question, yes, it is keeping your heart beating, and no, it would not be okay to just turn it off and end them.
Why not?
By that logic, and then you just walk around.
But that's what he's saying. It's not pro-choice.
Oh, this nigga got cancer, he gonna die anyway, so I can just plug. No, that's not how this shit goes.
Listen.
That's why he said it's a morality.
That's what he said. It's a morality aspect.
That was a reach.
Hey, for the record, if I'm ever unplug my shit. I'm telling y'all now. If I'm ever a vegetable,
What he said was actually an issue. How old are y'all? How many of y'all are old enough to remember Jack Kevorkian?
Yeah, I
Who the fuck is Lil Kevorkian?
Dr. Death. He's talking about Dr. Death.
So what he did was he was a private practitioner. He was a doctor. And he went to people's homes and performed assisted suicides. So what he would do was, it was like a little lethal injection machine he had. And he would go in the house, set it up, and these people had the option to push the button on themselves. So he didn't actually kill anybody.
He never killed
nobody. He just gave them the means to kill themselves. Right. But he ended up doing some years. He got out of prison, but he did some good time. From the 90s until recently.
Right. But you was hold up. From a morality standpoint.
No, that's his question.
But from that being said, he did assist in murder. Whether or not you murdered yourself or not ain't the question. You still murdered somebody.
Suicide are two different
I was gonna say you can't murder yourself.
You can't?
Suicide
You can't commit suicide.
Committing suicide, aka self-murder.
No, it's not self-murder. I wouldn't go as far as to say 99% of murders, right? You're killing somebody who doesn't want to die.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, you're committing suicide. You obviously want to die, and you're pushing the button to make that happen.
Man, that's still murder, cuz.
It's not murder if you do it.
That ain't murder, technically, but nigga, that shit ain't right.
That's murder.
That shit ain't right.
You murdered yourself.
It's immoral.
He's like, I want to kill myself,
It's immoral.
Nigga just like, all right, nigga, I don't know why you want to do it, but here's the business.
It goes back to all of it comes down to morality issue. When it comes to the bare breaks of it all, that he did time.
That's even a
ultimately
cop-out,
it's because it was immoral.
It was immoral.
It wasn't like he said, you can't murder yourself. But he insisted in people killing themselves. It was immoral. It was immoral.
All he did was bring them together.
That's not okay.
But I'm saying, if I tell Jason I don't want to live no more, Jason, I want you to take my life because I am to change.
Is the phrase morality issue a cop-out?
What do you mean?
Like, it depends on what you believe.
I personally think you can't legislate morality, so I would have to say yes. So it's a cop-out because
exactly. Let's go.
It's just like when somebody you're talking to somebody who's like deeply religious, right? And you're trying to make a scientific point, and you say, "Well, the Bible says." Now you can't argue with them because the Bible is an appeal to authority. So the Bible is in effect the Word of God, and the Word of God is supposed to be infallible. So if they take whatever point they're making and put it behind the veil of spirituality, then that makes them infallible. Even if what they're saying doesn't stand up to any sort of like science, common sense, or logic of any sort. The fact that I said it and it's in accordance with the word means that it's right, regardless of how right or wrong it may be. When you take issues like this and put them behind the veil of morality, because you'll talk about, oh well, the Bible, where in the Bible does it speak on abortion?
Murder.
It speaks on murder, yet we have the death penalty.
Murder.
So where's the line drawn? Because they stone motherfuckers left and right in the Bible.
When a child becomes a child. That's what I was saying.
God murdered firstborns religiously.
God did not do that.
Jesus himself is a
God
murderous
set out
Lord.
laws to murder firstborns.
They made laws.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Speaking of firstborn,
if you have
Our firstborn should die.
On the blood,
Facts.
on the seal, on the door,
Yeah.
that's what that meant. If you didn't have the blood on there, then your firstborn was ordered.
If you had a non-virgin daughter,
What's
if you had a non-virgin daughter, she was to be stoned.
Yeah.
If we're gonna go by the Bible, I'm
Not
pretty
facts.
sure. Not
Well,
to throw anybody's morality under the bus.
Speaking of non-virgins,
but
this nigga R. Kelly just got 30 years.
And God bless him.
R. Kelly
As
said
he
he gave
should.
y'all 30 years of music, man.
As
So
he should.
ironically, that
Well,
nigga,
give us 30 more. You got time to write.
he can still write.
He
music.
should have already been
Robert
in jail. So.
Robert Kelly.
Robert Kelly got them 30, baby. Do y'all know the details of all this shit?
I don't. Do you? Okay, let's hear it. I want to hear it.
He earned them 30.
Let's talk.
Yes, I want to hear it.
He
Yeah.
earned them 30. So have y'all ever watched? Have anybody watched the documentary?
I've watched
Yeah.
I
every
watched
single
some of
second
them.
of it.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
No,
So,
it is. Not
if you
good.
have a daughter, you understand why you feel like he earned them
It's not
30.
good.
I just feel like it's a position of power, bro. Like when a man is in a woman, whatever, is in a position of power, whether you're older than somebody or whatever, if you could take the whole the legal part out of it. Morally, everything he did was fucked up. Morally, just from the standpoint of little girls. I don't care if you like. I'm the type of nigga. I'm an older dude. I don't care if you legal of age. I don't care if you 20 years old. If you got a mind of a child, I can't fuck with you. You feel me? I don't know how a grown man can lay down in a bed with a woman that has the mind of a child. I don't get it. I don't care how old she is. I don't care about that shit. You hear a nigga say, "Oh, if it's grass on the field, play ball."
Nah.
That shit is nasty.
That shit is creepy.
Who the fuck said
It's cringy.
No, people have said
Niggas say
that.
that. DJ Academics just said that shit like a week ago.
Who said that? Who said that?
DJ
DJ
Academics.
Academic said
Bro, I
that.
ain't never heard that one.
Go look it up. He said it out of
We
his own
touched on
mouth.
that last episode. The
Yeah.
nigga had said that she got a college ID. He don't care how old she is.
That's
she
what
could,
he said.
she could be a smart ass 15-year-old in college and
Take my-
he
hey,
cracking.
That's exactly what he said.
So Vaughn,
Nah, man.
Vaughn,
I ain't co-sign that at all.
So Vaughn, if you had grown up R. Kelly fan, right? Let's say you know 16 years old, you're at an R. Kelly concert, whatever the deal. I mean, a lot of young women at that age don't understand, right?
Nah.
How do you feel personally about the R. Kelly situation? Because you said you watched the documentary, correct?
First of all, lock the parents up too.
That part.
A lot of people feeling like that.
Negligence
A lot of
at
people
his
like
best.
Because how the fuck your children go missing for that long? And you ain't had no speculations for goddamn it.
A lot of people say that they kind of, some parents knew.
He did
Paying
know.
them
They
off.
were saying that
How
parents
the
were
fuck
selling
you put
their
a
kids
dollar
type shit.
on your
They know.
child in your child's fucking sacred body
They
like that? Like,
absolutely know.
what? I don't know what to say. That's disgusting.
So you think he deserved the
You're
30?
damn fucking right.
Absolutely.
Put him under. Build a
He
new
earned
jail
it.
on top of that motherfucker.
Disgusting.
He got to
Human
go.
being.
He gonna die. He gonna kill
He
himself.
go down there.
Or he gonna kill himself.
Absolutely.
He already what, 6'5"?
I believe I can fly.
You gonna die down the hell.
Yeah, he
I can
is.
die in this motherfucker.
You don't know how to hog tie.
He gonna ride in that bitch, boy.
Cause like what? And
He gonna be
Yeah, he
85.
and I don't even want
85.
like ugh.
He gonna
How
get
many
out.
abortions you think he gave out?
He gonna get out like Cosby did. They gonna find
Bruh,
him.
he gonna be out. He gonna be out in 5 years.
I sure hope not.
Listen on motherfucker.
How you feel about it, brother?
I think he deserves more time. Honestly,
not enough. I just
honestly, so don't get me wrong. If Joy was here, he would be like, "Y'all niggas act like y'all ain't know R. Kelly was already touching little girls," because that's what he been saying since young.
Yeah.
And it's true. A lot of people knew it was behind closed doors. It was under wraps, like the whole Aaliyah thing. He was with Aaliyah when she was 15. People knew. People knew. They just ain't say nothing. And so ultimately, I feel like he's been doing this a long time, and it's caught up to him. And I feel like he believes his own lies. I feel like he's genuinely sick in the head. I think he does need help. But
I'm about to hit you with one.
To R. Kelly.
Can I hit one real quick?
What you got, Black?
Oh, so what you saying is, do you know around the hood we do the same thing? That's why we was like blind eye for a long time because. You know, R. Kelly was doing it. Everybody in the hood was doing it.
Absolutely.
Too. We all knew that uncle over there touching, you know, having little girls or the homie around the corner. You know,
it's unspoken of a lot.
Everybody
What's your
doing some
question?
shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like
to that point,
it's the same thing.
It is. I absolutely think it has desensitized. I think the more you see stuff in your environment, it absolutely sears your conscience. So when you see certain things over and over and over again, that's just like cussing on TV. Before they never used to cuss on TV. Now we can hear bleep, bleep. It don't matter. Our conscience is seared.
But
we don't hear it.
That was
absolutely. I absolutely have seen
then
the uncle around the way, and he that nigga nasty. That's that nigga. That's that old nigga.
Yeah,
that's nasty.
you do. I'm gonna say
that's because how I was raised.
You do get a label in the hood.
But that's how I was raised. There's some people. Because he might be he might be OG with the money.
Yeah, that's true.
And some girls in the hood want to fuck with young OG in the hood with the money.
That was my question.
And she might be 15 and he might be 45, and so people don't say anything about it because ultimately at the end of the day he got money, he taking care of it, he in the hood, whatever, whoop de whoop. But you're a product of your environment. Me, as somebody who never was raised around that, I might come in the hood and be like, that nigga's nasty. Right. Period. But people who know Keisha, who deal with OG that's 45, might not say nothing because they like, I mean, that's Kevin. I mean, everybody knows what Kevin knows. Yeah. Like, because you're a product of your environment. That's the shit that people see and they don't say shit.
How do you feel about the victim side of R. Kelly though?
The victims themselves?
No.
Him as a victim.
Well, you know what's funny about that?
Viewpoint.
They try to make that shit seem like it's a thing now, a mental disorder, right?
I want to hear y'all.
So they put it out there like there's a mental disorder with these pedophiles. They actually try to pass laws to protect pedophiles. Basically saying it's a mental disorder and like anything else with homosexuality. You can't tell somebody they can't be attracted to men if you're a man because that's how your DNA is. They saying that now grown men are DNA. They nigga, that's not gonna fly. That's never gonna fly, bro.
Absolutely not.
So the victim side of him is like she said, the mental disorder part of him. He's sick.
Yeah,
he needs help.
But that's what I'm saying.
But that doesn't negate the sentence.
Ain't no kids in jail, so he can fuck all the kids he wants to in there because ain't no kids in jail.
Hypothetically speaking, if I'm sick, I have symptoms that I can't control.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Yeah.
He can
These
control
are his
them.
symptoms.
Yeah.
I do believe he can
There's
control
a way
them.
to do it. He can
Absolutely.
he has the money to talk to somebody. He should just sit down and talk to somebody.
Euthanasia is a thing, man.
What's up?
Euthanasia is a
So you think he should be euthanized?
If he got symptoms he can't control.
He can't control. He needs to be euthanized.
I agree.
It's deep. I feel like fuck it. If you gonna pass fucking Roe versus Wade, you might as well pass that too. Like, fuck him up. Actually, you got something to say about this? You looked at like you're deep in the dog.
You know, I do believe that is a sickness.
Yeah.
Because I've read stories.
I feel like it's the devil.
No, I think it's a sickness. You know, the devil is a sickness.
It's y'all agree, yeah.
Spirits, you right.
At the end of the day, you know, pick your poison, kind of. It's something in your head that you battle with every day.
Yeah.
Some of their minds I battle with every
day.
day. You know, his sickness just happens to be sicker than yours.
Yeah.
You know, so I will just say that it really is just a sickness. And, you know, I say that because I read a lot. I read a lot.
Do you feel like he deserved his sentence?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
I
he's
think
a
we all on
grown
the same
man
page, yeah.
Who knows right from wrong?
Absolutely.
It's like, I know right.
You have
from
a moral
wrong.
compass at the end
Exactly.
Big facts.
You said it's a
But
sickness,
he
right?
does have a sickness.
Yeah.
So I think that
Would you agree
Yeah,
that?
that's-
Get help.
Would you agree that psychopathy is a sickness?
What do you mean?
Psychopaths.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we execute
All the
serial
psychopaths
killers.
are-
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point
Just
that I'm
because
making.
you say don't get your
What Jason
facts.
is saying is the point that I'm
Exactly.
making. People have mental issues.
Yes.
If somebody who is a psychopath has symptoms that make them do things that are not
And they
according
still
to
get
the
you
law.
need to separate them from society.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so it's
100%.
like, so it's like they have this sickness. Is that an excuse?
No. It's
Why
not-
is it not though?
But because in the same place, you need to separate them from society.
And I agree with that.
Whether
Yes.
you put them in a jail cell or a
Yeah.
mental home, whatever you need to
Yeah.
do, get away from my child. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's the help. That's kind of what I'm saying.
True.
Them being in jail is the help.
Absolutely.
Listen, it was a story I was getting to because how I was saying that this is a sickness and people do try to fight the sickness.
That
is
man.
because-
Did you see that?
No, it was a story about a young boy. He was molesting a little girl. And actually the mom got on and she told the story. He was molesting a little girl within their family. The mom caught him doing that. Her son called the police, called the police on him, you know, saw him go to jail, made sure she protected the girl even though that was her son.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the son kept having these thoughts. He tried his best to control them. Son ends up killing himself.
Yeah,
So
I
at
can
the
see
end of the
that
day,
though.
it's a sickness that
Yeah.
you don't want to live with. Obviously, you don't want to live with it so much so that you just want to die.
You know what? That interview
He
with Gail, if you really paid attention to his body language, that nigga was sick.
Yeah.
That nigga was sick.
Well, I feel like especially at this point,
Yeah.
you've been doing this
His
for
sister-
over 20 years.
His sister
This
is on
he
sister
can't
molesting.
he
Yeah.
cannot
And
control
that's how
it.
sick that is.
He
Yeah.
can't control himself. He
Yeah.
can't.
I'm sorry, but I have daughters. Man, I'm not trying to hear it.
It's not a pass. No.
No, nobody's
It's not
giving
a
him a
pass.
pass. Nobody's
He deserves
giving him a
a
pass.
sentence, and he does
But
not
he
deserve
gets
to
a
be
pass
out
for
in
being
society.
sick as fuck.
Now,
He
is
gets
it
a pass
an
for being
illness? Absolutely, and I feel like it's something that because he cannot control it, he does need to be
He
out
need to
of
be
society.
Yeah, but
In whatever way, shape, or form that means.
So we got some
He's in
comments.
prison and he's out of society. Means I gotta foot the bill for this shit.
Nah,
This
fuck
nigga's
him.
a threat to my daughter, and I gotta pay taxes to keep him alive.
Yeah,
Man, fire his ass
It's
up.
all good, man. Check this out. So 81 said he agreed with you, Vaughn. He said did any of the parents go to jail? Also, he said if you talk to anyone in Chicago, people are saying that the parents were selling those kids to R. Kelly. The parents were R. Kelly's wings,
Absolutely.
man, and the saddest
That's
thing.
just like the girl he peed on.
Yeah, she said that.
The dad was in his band.
Yeah.
The dad is on a lot of his albums.
No, that's her. She the peed on girl.
Yeah.
That's what she get for life.
Because this shouldn't be like the Pete on girl is funny.
I don't know her name.
Did you watch the Boondocks?
On the topic that
No,
shouldn't
but
be
then
funny.
again, she was so fucking young.
She was so young.
She was 14.
She was so young.
He
Yeah,
was
and that's
preying
why
on
it
her.
shouldn't be funny, but it's like the Pete on girl.
I mean, I don't know her name.
She was
I wouldn't
aware
know
of how
her.
That shit ain't funny.
It's not
This-
funny.
but the
That's
crazy
why
part
I'm
about
saying
that-
we come with a different way to describe it.
Like you were
The
saying.
girl he peed on. It is what he did. She is the girl he peed on. I don't know her name
Black
yet.
people gonna describe you how we can describe you.
That is the moniker that you know exactly what I was talking about.
Names not supposed to be funny. It is.
It's not, and I'm not laughing.
But
And they gonna be trying to be Mike.
hey, to sum it up, I'm gonna tell you this, man. He deserved the time. I think we
Absolutely.
all agree on the fact that he deserved the time, whether he's sick or not. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I know that the woman that was with Jeffrey Epstein just got her sentence. She got 20 years. And she was a fuck, yeah, flying on the radar. They put R. Kelly here and put her shit here. And her 20 years.
Before we switch though,
Yeah.
R. Kelly's got 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Elvis got a movie.
Hey, different times, brother.
No, it's not.
Shit. Different times.
Absolutely different times.
Absolutely.
So it was
different
cool
times.
to bang a
It
14
wasn't-
We didn't say it was cool. We just said different
So
times.
what's
It
the
wasn't
relevance
cool.
of different times?
Because Bill Cosby did that shit for fucking years, and he just got fucking
Wait, was
now.
Elvis 16?
Bill Cosby.
No, Elvis was a grown man.
First of all,
He was 15.
First of
about through
She was-
everything that
she
Bill
was like
Cosby
14
did,
years
we can at least give him the
He
credit
was
of saying
in
they
his
were of age when they did it.
Yeah.
He was a grown man.
Wrong is wrong. My point is times change, and nowadays you can't get away with that shit no more.
It's not about getting away with it because
Get
it
away.
wasn't right then and it's not right
Never.
now.
I ain't saying
so why is one person being honored with a movie? You got a national attraction.
So you think it was a racist?
Fucking Graceland
Chuck Berry.
for what was all.
Chuck Berry did.
But there's no Chuck Berry monument either. You got Graceland in fucking Memphis.
We're not the majority of this country, and we know that already. You know what I'm saying? We know who runs
You
this
know,
country, for
you
real,
know
bro.
why
Like,
that is.
Keep it a bean, yeah. You know why that is.
You know what?
Let's not play that game.
That's what I'm saying.
Same reason
The
why you
same-
can't have no abortion.
I didn't hear what you said.
Same reason why you can't handle abortion. So we back. We circle back. Hey man, we gonna sum up the show. We gonna get about this thing in a minute, man. But we just want to say we got one more topic we gonna hit on before we get about here. We gonna keep it light because it's been a heavy day. Oh my God, it's been emotional.
It's been a lot.
Shout out to Joey. Shout out to Marissa, man. The engagement was beautiful, man. We gonna relive that forever. Roe versus Wade got deep in this bitch, and honestly, bro, I'm really glad to hear y'all feedback on it because everybody has their own thoughts, and I'm glad we was all able to get that out. Last topic before we get about this thing. Do y'all fuck people really good when you don't love them?
What?
My question is, I'm sorry.
Don't
I'm
say
sorry.
I bitch like that.
No, because it's a real question.
Absolutely.
If you don't, if you
You gotta love somebody.
do you fuck people with your
Niggas.
Niggas don't.
Right? No. I can speak for a
Why
man.
y'all not niggas that gonna
You're not supposed to, even as a woman, right? I'm gonna talk to the women. Do you give a nigga A+ effort
A+
every time?
every time.
Because you got a reputation I'm keeping it a bean. I don't think everybody do that though. You know what I'm saying? So my question to y'all is, we gonna keep it light on the way out. Do y'all give maximum effort on to people y'all don't really love?
Women can't.
Where we going?
Women can.
Where you want to start?
So you think people intentionally give weak meat?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I
I've talked to
listen,
men that have said
I think
Wait, what?
people
They get with me.
intentionally give
Why would a man
mediocre
want to give
performances.
with
Yes, I do.
Because they not giving A1 dick to a bitch. They not fucking on the regular. You is a one-off, so I'm just finna give you something to get a nut off.
If I actually wanted
You
to,
said that like a real gangster.
like if I actually wanted to fuck,
Yeah.
yes, she's getting A+.
A+, right.
performance.
So wait, do you fuck people that you don't want to fuck?
I have before, yeah.
You right.
I fucked people I didn't want to fuck.
What?
Why?
Fuck somebody you don't
That's the
want.
only.
That's the other question to you. Why would you fuck somebody you don't want to?
No, they don't.
That's how you end up. That's how you end up taking them to McDonald's. And she has to. That's how you end up
Y'all
taking
never
them
sit here and act like it's just me.
You dabble.
because you dabble.
Hey,
So you ain't never just been at a chick house and you just wanted to chill, you just wanted to watch this movie. She was cooking, you just wanted this little chicken or whatever. She like, come on in the room, and you was like, damn.
Come on. God damn. Alright, I'm gonna take one.
So I was like, come on, let's just go on.
You gave him some hum. You gave him some hum meat.
Right.
Don't give me no hum head. Don't give me no hum pussy. I don't want no.
If it's somebody I want
Here,
to, yes,
always
I'm
been.
putting in 100.
Alright. So, Robert,
Somebody let Robert answer the
are
question.
you giving
You
A1
understand that?
strokes to
Right.
the bitch you don't love?
Yes.
Why?
So you giving this on all? You ain't gonna talk about me. Is that what you saying?
Everybody deserves A1.
No, I didn't say we not.
Now you gonna end up in a group chat if you
But
don't.
he just said, nigga, I'm a nigga. I got an ego. I'm not ready to have nobody come out running out here saying I ain't crazy.
Right.
I ain't go crazy.
Right.
I'm gonna go crazy.
Right.
Because you feel me? Like if I'm making that decision to do that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it down.
Yeah.
That's just the bottom
Be
line. Like I
all
got
dried
to.
up, going crazy on everything.
That's not every day. If I make that decision, that's to me.
So you know what's coming with it. Though.
Exactly.
You know what's coming. You know what's coming.
But then I'm gonna keep it a G on
Yeah,
that though.
yeah.
Once what you said, once what comes with it comes with it, then I might be a little slack. You feel me?
Yeah.
But she still can't say I ain't
That you
go
ain't
crazy
clap
the first few
cheeks.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
But you gotta be able to be in yourself too. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, yeah.
Who we asking? Vaughn.
What's up?
Do you give maximum effort to guys that you don't love?
First of all, I ain't fucking nobody. I ain't there.
That you don't love?
That I'm not. Period.
So you gotta love a dude to be with.
No,
She said not there with.
That she not there
I have
with.
some type.
Some
you
kind
know,
of connection?
Spiritual connection.
That's the question.
And if I got that spiritual connection with you, shit.
It's a gok situation. I ain't mad at
What
it.
is we doing?
What is we doing?
What is we doing, baby?
What is we doing? Bella, what you out here doing? Do you understand the concept of what we doing right now?
What you gonna say?
Because you're a Christian woman and everything like that. I just don't want to. You might be like, well, you know, and shit.
Anyway, let me answer the question. So like she said, you not out here just giving it up to Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying? So
Larry, if you want to.
Or Larry, right? We're not just doing it. So if it got to be some type of something, if I'm, you know what I'm saying? So to answer, I guess overall, the answer will be no. Like I'm not just.
But if you're making a selection, that's what I'm saying. If you're particular in your selection, then why wouldn't you feel comfortable doing it?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me take the other side of this because somebody got to do it. I don't feel like you should make love to someone you don't love.
But does it have to be love to be solid dick? That's what I'm saying.
But I ain't saying don't give us some solid. Hold on, I ain't saying don't give us some solid. Make sure your reputation don't get twisted up. But to take your time on a woman's body.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So then, so the question is,
you can't do that to everybody. That's my point.
Okay, so I'm thinking. So when you ask me,
you talking about smack,
yeah, I'm not talking about like.
You talking about?
Those come standard.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That most men don't know, and I think y'all really need to know this.
Yeah.
All that go crazy in the coochie and all that beat.
Yes.
That shit is not.
That's my point, though. Hold on.
That shit hurt.
But I know that.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
Don't enjoy that.
That's not what Thank you, Jason.
Don't go crazy in my shit.
Don't go crazy in my shit.
What I'm saying though is nobody's advocating that. Just man, fuck your angles, fuck how you feel. We just gonna pound away at it until I hit something.
Yeah, that's what.
That's why she be chewed up.
That's why you got to. Because you know what?
Been 22 years.
Porno is ruining sex for everyone.
No facts.
Because you watch this shit and you think that's how you supposed to fuck, and that's not how. But that was the question. If you now you get off top of the surface of the question, do you give maximum effort? Because what I'm talking about is making love to them.
Okay, well then that's
right.
If I say go crazy. She doesn't understand the context. If I say go crazy, right, because that's what you heard. But if I say go crazy, then that means that the woman is satisfied. That don't mean I'm just Donkey Konging it. I mean that.
You done got your foot on my head.
The question
no, that's different. I'm not like pouring hot wax on the bitch I don't love.
Wait, what? Wait, you're pouring hot wax on the bitch you love?
Hot dog water.
Wait,
Nigga got rubber noodle water. Nigga rubber noodle water.
What is wrong with her?
Wait.
No, I'm saying
Warm wax. Bitch, I'm warm wax. Yeah, not hot wax.
I didn't say poor wax with me. That's 300.
You said what's wrong with hot wax, bitch? 33 hertz.
If I like the
What the fuck is wrong?
if I like the goddamn candle, pour it.
If you're born in a bed, just say that.
No, I'm romantic.
Warm wax. That's what I'm saying. See why? I like all that shit.
I don't mean I'm trying to leave a
But don't burn me.
No, I'm not trying to leave a belt.
Burn you? Listen.
Yeah, ramen noodle water.
You said right
I'm telling you, as an electrician, third-degree burns don't hurt.
Grit ball.
Third-degree burns don't hurt.
Nah, not at all.
That's the second-degree burns.
Hey, burn this
There you go. I ain't one of the
Yeah, he's right.
Wait, I'm playing. He's dead.
third-degree burns. You don't even know you got burnt.
Hey, for the one time around the room. Hey, for the one time around the room, Rob. How you feel about today, baby? Your first time on?
Right.
I enjoyed it.
No,
You enjoyed it?
I watch this all the time.
Okay. This your second time
It's been
on?
a minute.
Oh yeah, you was sitting here.
Yeah,
I was sitting.
Oh, you wasn't here.
Yeah, I wasn't here. My
My
bad,
first
bro.
time.
Well, I'm glad to have you. Glad to share the stage with you, my
I
boy.
thoroughly enjoyed myself. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
how you feel about the proposal?
I liked it.
It was dope.
That was my wasn't my first time. It was my second time experiencing
Seen it live?
Yeah, so
It's-
you know.
it's
I'm
a-
a
Right,
exactly.
exactly.
But I do like, you know, enjoy the vibe, you know, with all the people being here, like just seeing the, you know, the ambiance of the love.
What
There was love in the room.
What was it?
Yeah, man.
Huh?
What?
The ambiance.
You heard me
But
say.
Oh, but y'all.
I enjoyed it though.
Oh God. Well, we glad to have you, brother, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Miss Ashton, thank you for hanging out. I know you had a long day, man. You know you've been working hard.
Actually, I was off today.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to get some of his time.
Oh yeah. Big day, big day. Why you get some of his time? What's today for him? It's his Happy birthday to the homie Black Man, boss man. What's happening?
Hey, look
There you go.
at him. Quick little cameo.
Hey, Russell Simmons himself in this motherfucker.
Period.
Man, we're glad to have you. Thank you so much for your opinions today. You really came through with it. I appreciate you for real. Thank you always. You enjoy it?
I really did. Y'all know me. Like, I'm an open book. You ask me a question, I'm gonna answer.
We love
I'm
that.
not like really personal. Like, I'm not a secretive person.
We fine with that. Yeah, this is the place to do it.
It don't ball.
For real. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. Ronell, baby, welcome back, my boy. How you feeling?
The guy gonna bless you.
God, man, you gonna make me put my glasses on too, brother. How about it? Everybody. I'll just do this today. You know what I'm saying?
You know me, the other guy gonna bless you every time.
Every time. How you feel about this marriage going forward, man?
The guy gonna bless you.
God, that was good. I knew you was gonna give me that answer. Vaughn, what's happening?
Hey.
How'd you feel about everything today?
Great.
Went smooth?
Yes.
Vaughn came through with the curtains, man.
And did. Period.
Back in the middle.
Got the pack. Made your first sale today.
You know what I'm
How
saying?
you feel?
Big bag.
Big
Okay.
bag. You feeling good about it? I seen you shed a little tear back there. during the
Yes,
proposal.
I love
What was on your
love.
heart? What was on your heart?
I love love.
Can you explain the feeling?
I operate out of love.
Mhm.
So for me to see it, and from what I see and what I feel from
Yeah.
that situation is pure.
You so light skinned. We
So-
love it. Yeah.
I love love.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining us again today, and you very much contributed, man. I appreciate you. Jay, what's up, Jason?
What's up?
First time in that chair.
Nah, it's not my first time.
It ain't. Damn, where I be at? Now worse.
But nah, man, I feel like it was a powerful moment. There's so much shit on YouTube going around about how the black man ain't this and the black man ain't that.
Oh, bro.
And so that we could be an example to the contrary, I think was a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, Jim.
Absolutely.
Hey, yeah, man. Appreciate your comments today on and all the education you brought forth. What all the
Education.
I ain't trying to be funny, man. Chill, bro. No, I'm dead ass on Roe versus
No
Wade,
facts.
bro. I feel like you contributed a lot today, bro. And you had a lot of strong points, man. For real, for real. So we appreciate you, man. Dead ass every time. Steven! He back there lighting blunt. Look, I woke up. He like, huh? Oh, yeah. Appreciate you pulling up, G.
Anytime
Anytime, man. All right, brother. Appreciate you having us and us having you, brother, man. We're always your home. Always
I'll
your
be
home.
outside with some glasses too. He got some frames for.
Oh my God, this nigga always got the hustle man around. Bring back the cologne man.
That's the same nigga.
Oh yeah, tell him to pull up with the Versace. I was gonna holler at him. Bella, outstanding show today.
What up?
Outstanding show
Absolutely.
today, man.
Show was great.
Outstanding show. I
It
seen you get a little teary too.
I did.
What was on your heart?
Like she said, like love is beautiful.
Love is
Like it is. It's
Damn
just,
right.
And you can feel when it's genuine and when it's pure. And so definitely have been around them. Love both of them. Shout out to Joey. Shout out to Marissa. It's up.
It's up.
Yeah. It's
Fuck
lit.
with it.
Yes.
You got in today too.
Yes.
Hey, I noticed your growth. You getting
You
comfortable.
see?
I see it. You getting comfortable.
That might have been a little bit of the liquor too, but you know.
Check what I'm Oh yeah, Bella, my bad. Your birthday just passed. Ooh, happy birthday, shorty.
Happy birthday.
So you hanging out with us tomorrow?
Let's do it.
It's gonna be an experience.
It is.
So what's the name of this place?
It's called Swag You.
Swag You. So we're going to Swag You tomorrow. Shout out to Indica Live. We doing fancy shit tomorrow, nigga. You know what I'm saying? What's the 8 course, 12 course?
It's 12 course.
12 course
Yeah.
Wagyu beef steak meals. We about to eat good. I ain't eating none tomorrow, just so y'all know. I'm gonna treat it like a black Thanksgiving. You know you're not supposed to eat breakfast, none of that.
We
I'm
were
not
going
eating
to
the whole
a buffet
thing.
and this fool starved himself.
Yeah.
Until we got there.
I'm black. That's what we do. And I went on the crowd, man.
The whole day.
It was bad. It was bad. Like, we were eating.
Yeah, I needed that ribeye, that crab today. That shit was far. You hear me? Hey, but great show today, guys. Great show. A lot of emotion, a lot of love in the room, man. Hey, again, shout out to Joy, shout out to Marissa, man. Shout out to y'all giving us hope. Single folk, us single people need to see that, man. Like for real, because sometimes it feels like there's no end to this shit. And to see how nervous you were, brother, you know what I'm saying, beforehand, it showed real emotion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like not to put you on the spot, but you know we love you, baby. But you was nervous as hell, and you were supposed to be, because sometimes nervousness is love. That's what that is. You know what I'm saying? That means you're doing the right thing. So the fact that you seen that, you gave it to the whole room, bro, and we just appreciate everything y'all did today. Shout out to everybody speaking their mind on this Roe versus Wade, bro, because that's not easy. When we talking about life, we talking about the life of a child. Y'all took me to the museum in Vegas. We went to the, what was it called?
The bodies exhibit.
The bodies exhibit. And if y'all don't know my story, I had a stillborn son. I raised my son Quentin, but I had a son before him that died at birth. Wow. And we walked into the room of the dead children, and I broke. Wow. And I don't cry, nigga. I ain't cried in years. Yeah. You hear me? And I broke like a bitch. Like I couldn't even finish the exhibit. Really, like my heart was out.
Oh, you cried at the exhibit?
I cried at the exhibit, bro. And I'm man enough to say that, bro. To see those babies in the, it was an emotional moment. And to see I seen my stillborn. Right, you feel me? So like to see that. And we talking abortion and shit, I just appreciate all y'all, man, for putting it on the table, because it ain't easy. And I know it ain't easy. But to get out of here on a light note, man, appreciate everybody today. Great show. Great show. Take these off. Happy birthday to Black. We gonna turn up, man. Shout out on the show in the Cut Live, baby.
All right.
Cut Live. We out of here, man. Straight like that.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here.
Are you out of here?
Your cuz?
I gotta go to the airport 3:30.
Oh yeah, you gotta roll. Show's over.